the vertical flowers, and I'm still going between overhand here, underhand here, and then this is my left turn. Poilates for this one is weird, right? Because you're ending in a neutral position. This and this is neutral, but there is the open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. This is for the underhand. And then this would be for the overhand, where you open and then close, open, close. Or right back, then neutral, left back, then neutral, right back, then neutral. Or underhand, right back, then neutral, left back, then neutral, right back. The 2-petal flower in overhand, the vertical one, and we'll go a bunch of these until it seems like we're warmed up. Remembering that in between the petals at the top and the bottom, you want to do a full extension instead of accidentally doing this where you're sliding your hands. You want to extend all the way around, extend all the way around, extend all the way around, extend all the way around. And then we'll do 5 more, and 4 more, 3 more, last 2, and last 1. And remember also in this underhand to do that full extension between the placement of the petals at the top and the bottom. And then let's do 5 more, and 4 more, 3 more, and then last 2, and last 1. Yes, footwork. The footwork for the left turn, I would normally do a paddle step to the left where you're pivoting on your left foot like this and then moving like this, but then instead of doing this thing I'm doing right here where I'm stepping in front of my center, I would push off with my right foot like this rather than shifting the weight forward. Carnival ride on a carousel where you have like a, yes, I am a unicorn. I'm a unicorn on a carousel. Let's start in overhand this way. And then your weight is on your left foot. You're getting ready to turn on your left foot. You're gonna push off with your right foot. As you turn, you're gonna come around into underhand and bring the left hand up to underhand. And then again, you're gonna use your right foot, so most of your weight's on your left, and you're gonna push off and come back down to where you started. And so you step off, push to underhand, step off, push to overhand, step off, push to under, and to over, back to over, to under, back to over, under, back to over. If you're struggling with coordinating the foot and the poi, I would do it in steps. So if we start here in overhand and we get ourselves positioned, I would first turn and put the poi on top so that you move the poi first, then step the foot forward or tap it forward so that you can push off and move the poi and then step. So I would do poi, step, poi, step, poi, step. Now, you may not be up for doing it super quickly right now, but that's okay. That's what practice is for. You may be fine here, but then as you turn and you step, you are actually going forward. So anything that you can do to keep your weight more on your left leg as you go around, it might be helpful. Like this. So your foot is way far in front of you and you've moved your weight onto your front leg. So use just your toe with your right leg. So just your toe, right? Just your toe goes down. Don't let your heel go down. Your weight won't go as far forward if you just use your toe, and then push off with your toe and push off, or ball of your foot, maybe not your toe, the ball of your foot. Instead of your leg being out like this, try and keep it closer and imagine you're more like a model taking a photo and keeping it close and pushing off tight to you rather than a big push. And that'll help prevent the weight from slipping in front of you as you're turning. As you're pushing off to turn, remember the whole point of this paddle step thing that I do with the T stance is that you have a T stance. So it's not intended to be your feet like this, front facing. It's intended to be your front foot front facing, with your back foot side facing. So that you've opened your hip and you're already partway turned. Same footwork, let's do the right poi. All right, so the weight is on the left, the right foot is just barely in front, you're just using the ball of your foot, you start an overhand here, pivot, turn, come down to underhand, and then your right toes go forward, and then pivot, turn, come up to the top, your right toes go forward, pivot, turn, come down to the bottom, and your right toes go forward, pivot, turn, up top, pivot, turn, down bottom, pivot, turn, 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 pivot, turn.